that the night's bar is open today, so if you wish to purchase a drink in there, you can. I'll remind you, if you've got alcohol, you must stay within the wet area or within the building. Can I also remind patrons to please look after our facilities, use the rubbish tins when you get disposing of rubbish, and that only players and officials can go onto the pitch today. No other people should be going onto the pitch at any stage. Thank you. Next game is due to kick off at 2 p.m. Can I remind people to also, when you came in the gate today, you would have got a lucky draw ticket. We're going to do, before this next game kicks off, we're going to do 2 of our draws now. So just keep your ticket handy, and we're going to draw now. First one out is an orange ticket, F27. F27 on an orange ticket. We've got a Matilda's package as our prize, so if you'd like to come down to the front of the grandstand, there'll be someone down here who can present you with your prize. The second ticket is a black ticket, B20. B20, black ticket. So if you've got that ticket, please come down to the front here and you can collect your prize. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Our second game today is the Under-21 Statewide Cup Final between the Devonport Strikers and South East United. Devonport Strikers starting 11. Number 3, Bradley O'Toole. Number 5, Cody Sturzager. Number 8, Liam Kelly. Number 10, Tristan Downwood. Number 12, Tadey Lyle. Number 15, Lachlan Hayes. Number 17, Ryan Smith. Number 18, Caleb Haberley. Number 20, Josh Scrimmager. And number 1, Toby Tho. And number 25, Baxter Tune. For South East United, the starting 11. Number 1, Felix Kinghorn. Number 2, Tom Highland. Number 3, Sam Satori. Number 6, Nick Rowland. Number 7, Jacob Satori. Number 11, Patrick Quinlan. Number 12, Matthias Collins. Number 13, Kirby Miley. Number 14, Jack Duffy. Number 15, Jacob Moresby. And number 16, Oliver Whitman. Our officials, our central referee today is Josh Berry. His assistants are Luca Pitt and Josh Clement. And the fourth official is Nathan Hill. All the best to both sides.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to coverage of the statewide Under-21s Cup Final. It's the Devonport Strikers taking on South East United in final number 2 of this triple header from KG5 today. And a big game in store here as the statewide 21s crown goes back up for grabs. It's alternated between 20s and 21s down the years a little bit. And this has been a constant on the footballing calendar. And Devonport have been a team that have certainly been one of the best clubs at youth development in the state. South East United, their presence perhaps more of a surprise, but don't necessarily consider them big underdogs here today. They've got a lot of these lads who start week in, week out in the Southern Championship for them. It's a pretty strong side they've got with plenty of senior footballing experience. Really looking forward to seeing how this all plays out this afternoon. I'm Andrew Cooling, calling the action here for Football Tasmania. Cup final. I'll run you through the starting lineups before we get underway. For Devonport in goals, number 1, Toby Tho. They've got Bradley O'Toole, Cody Sturzaker, Liam Kelly, Tristan Downwood, Tayden Lyle, Lachlan Hayes, Ryan Smith, Caleb Haberley, Joshua Scrimger and Baxter 2. On the bench, Shay Wilson, Ben Tho, Alex Armstrong, Jordan Payne and Geordie Sheen. For South East United in goals, number 1, Felix Kinghorn. We've got Thomas Highland, Sam Sartori, Nicholas Rowland, Jacob Sartori, Patrick Quinlan, Matthias Collins, Kelby Miley, Jack Duffy, Jacob Moresby and Oliver Wynn. On the bench, Callum Graham, Alex Stewart, Brock Adams, Ethan Griggs and Evan Arnolds. So, we are set here. It is slightly early start. We're running well ahead of schedule here today. And it is a raucous support here enjoyed by South East United. Devonport have got plenty of fans here themselves. Brought down a travelling brigade with 2 big cup finals here, but certainly South East quite vocal in the pre-game. So we're ready to go in the decider as they work this one around the back. Smith, the line to Hayes. And it's just worked off there by Patrick Quinlan. His goals have been a big part in helping South East United. You can hear the crowd factor coming in early. South East United enjoying that little reversal. They defeated Kingborough 8-2 and Launceston City 3-1 en route to the final. Devonport, they didn't get the bye in the round of 16. True South Hobart in the game that many would have penciled in as just about a final. In the round of 16, they met South Hobart, beat them 2-1, and then cruised past Burnie 7-0 and beat Riverside 4-2 in the semi. That's how these sides have got here, who will finish it off here today and hoist the silverware. Clarence Zebras have claimed the first trophy on offer for the day. And they down to Launceston United 2-0 in the under-17s final. So this one's nodded forwards. Dangerous here, Sartori. Going to be a key man for South East today. Forward to seeing what he and Quinlan can do. They're on the attack early on here as the strikers look to defend. The pressure comes from Sartori, and they should roll through to Tho. The conditions have certainly improved at KG5 as the day's worn on. It was belting down with rain early. Now we've got sunshine out. Still quite a bit of wind. You'd fancy favouring South East United's end in this first half as Kinghorn lofts this one along in the Quinlan direction. Couldn't quite bring it down. Lyle will retreat back to Tho. But certainly South East United with a significant advantage in this first half. And we'll want to make that count because it is quite a strong wind gusting through KG5 at the moment. That's a lovely ball out into space as Devonport look to build down the left. Lachlan Hayes. Jinx inside. United doing a good job getting plenty of bodies back and blocking up the passing lanes, and they now try and spring an attack through Duffy. So it just gets to the ball ahead of Stazaka. And you can hear crowd really getting behind this South East United team early on. Local fan base, you got the streamers and the clappers. They've decked out the stand in streamers. They've brought the support today. South East United, it's a colourful travelling crowd as they cheer their side on, looking for what would be a big victory for a relatively new and relatively small club. They're certainly a growing force. They've done a great job in the last few years of South East, and an opportunity for a big piece of silverware. I think would be their first kind of major silverware in the club's trophy case. Devonport know all about winning trophies, this football club. What a juggernaut they've been. And the seniors will, of course, take on South Hobart following this in the Lacka Seljack Cup final. There's some nice work early there from Quinlan, who threads it through looking for Sartori. Now plays, that one's shut down by Dazaka. Not a doubt. Duffy sends it down the line as Roland gives chase. Dazaka with plenty of defending to do in the opening moments of this one. And the strikers will play out from the back here. Short for Kelly. Was a little danger there as Roland nipped in to try and win it back. Difficult conditions for the players today as Haberle puts it into touch there for the strikers. Trees, really, seeing the story in the background. Strong winds, so South East United fancy need to make that count a little in the first half here. Devonport would probably take 0-0 at the break. And look to use the wind in the second half. So knock the ball around the back here with a bit of purpose. Smith. Hayes. Quite happy to just recycle it out the back. O'Toole playing in the heart of defence here. That's a lovely ball. Scrimger. Shut down though by Roland. Scrimger back in. Downward. Some skills there from Downward and looks to send it through, trying to spring Hayes. Just holds up in the wind though. That's what I'm talking about. They just took that ball and brought it down. Kelly. Trying to spring two. Can't do so. Sartori. Sending it along in the Quinlan direction, but we're finding there the aces in this side. There's some pressure applied there by Sam Sartori. Perhaps hold the key to South East United scoring a win here this afternoon. Devonport through backs to 2. That's a delightful ball from 2. Oh, the shot was blocked. Scrimge's shot, expertly defended. Danger not yet passed. That's probably going to be a foul. And paid. And the South East United faithful absolutely loving that. And that was a really dangerous moment. The defence threatened to be unlocked there. Back into dispute, Morrissey. Long from Lyle. Cut out by Miley. Duffy. Lyle at the back. Direct he goes to Herberle. Tries to turn away from trouble. Plenty of South East United shirts were back. Herberle again flicks on. Miley can retreat to Kinghorn. Chips one up towards the bullseye. Nodded down by Smith. Shoving that one down was Liam Kelly. So Moresby launches long. Comfortable for the strikers though. Some skill shown by Smith. Can receive it back. Retreats to O'Toole. Lyle. Herberle wins the throw-in. Downward. Misplaced pass. Nodded forwards. There was Sartori, the Jacob variety. This one won't quite sit there. Downward trying to get in behind. Snorrick getting plenty of bodies forward here for this throw. Cushioned down nicely by Herberle, but it was broken up again. The ball will take a bit of retrieving. Down towards the creek. So throwing down the line. Sartori. Holds it forward and heavy touch almost let in Southeast there. Not to be. Moresby retreats to Kinghorn. High ball to the middle of the ground. Picks up some speed. Quinlan making a use of himself, but O'Toole did well. And then Kelly spread it wide. The striker's looking to build now. Ristazaka. Down the line for Herberle. Entering ball, not a good one. Turns it over. Chance now for Kelly. Surrounded by red shirts though. The numbers went out for Southeast. Direct the approach this time. Looking for Hayes. Taken away from him and through the legs of Kelly. Back to Kelly, but in came Sam Sartori, although a foul's been blown by the referee, much to the chagrin of the slightly one-eyed fan base to my right. So Ryan Smith over the dead ball. No, he's been shunted aside for Cody Stazaka. A long way out and into the wind. This would take a serious effort from here, but early in a cup final, maybe you want to test the gloves of the opposition keeper. Test out Kinghorn. He does. He drives one in, and it's turned aside by Kinghorn. Oh, beautiful back heel. And then Hayes, Lyle's shot like power. Stazaka thumping it wide, but Lachlan Hayes with a delightful back heel there that very nearly unlocked the defence. Skillful stuff. Here's downward. Looks it back to Smith. And then nodded back for Kinghorn. Sartori. Now a chance to build through Matthias Collins. Through for Sam Sartori. Into the area, skips Sartori to the byline. Cuts it back and was defended by a retreating Smith. Hayes. Jinks inside. Tries to pull the trigger on the switch, but his ball to Scrimger is wide of the mark. Quinlan getting to work again, running here at Taden Lyle. Kelly nods clear. Back in towards Matthias Collins. Wind making it tough to judge as Highland skips wide. Might just slow down. Highland being sent towards the corner flag here. Going down. Early blind there. Throw probably not a bad result. Highland with the throw in. Looking for Sartori. Flicks on. Might lead to a corner. Sartori rising again. And Quinlan, and the referee had spotted a foul. And they take it quickly. Lachlan Hayes. Driving down the left is Hayes. Skips past one. And jinked it inside. This is promising here for the Strikers. Two combining with Haberle. Haberle completely shut down by Miley. Kelby Miley gets across. Full throttle challenge in response. It's a tenacious opening to this game. The intent from both sides clear. These lads aren't going to leave anything out there. Full-blooded commitment from the outset here. And that one's just cleverly nodded off of Quinlan for a striker's throw. Thrown down the line. Up towards Sartori, he was surrounded by striker's shirts. You'd expect them to watch him closely. Sartori lunging in again, couldn't win it. Away with it, skips Kelly. We'll go around the back. Taven Lyle. Scrimger. Broken up though by Duffy. Some fancy footwork from Collins, but didn't really progress it. Now the Strikers threatening through Scrimger. He's sent to the deck. Referee says good challenge, got the ball. Cleared away once more. Now it's gone to space. A foot race with O'Toole. Oh, made a bit of a mess of that to O'Toole. Turned it over to Sartori. Sartori, Quinlan now, skips clear. It was really well defended now. Smith did well. And I've seen some one-eyed crowds in my time, but I tell you what, this one, they got no eyes at the moment. But it's great to see the support out and about at South East United, and it is full-throated early on. Creating a good atmosphere here with this 21's Cup final. Bit of an underdog tale, perhaps, even if they're not raging underdogs on the day, I wouldn't have thought. Pretty evenly matched final. Would have been able to scope from both these teams. Nodded down. Cleared away, back into dispute. Highlands. Sartori making a run, tried to pick him out, but just too much pepper on that. And through safely to Toby Tho. The wind just catches a hold of that. Takes that from midfield all the way out of play. It's going to be a tough day for those aerial balls. The preference where possible to keep it on the carpet. It'll be very difficult to progress the ball in that manner. Throw down the line. Roland tried to flick it on. 2. And Scrimger. Throw in will go southeast way. So just past a quarter of an hour into the cup final. Good tempo about this game so far. Players flying in. No side really looking the dominant faction. Well, you'd fancy South East United have a fair advantage in this first half given the strength of the wind at their backs. So thinking perhaps about the long throw in here. Bit of a miss kick on the clearance. The referee blowing his whistle. O'Toole. And closed down, so shifts it across to Smith. He's got an easy exit here through Lockie Hayes. 2 making a bursting run for him. That's where he heads. 2. Defended well by Oliver Wynn. Smith. Just knocking it back was downward. O'Toole and Lyle have looked in command at the back so far, but that was a very ticey pass, and Lyle did really well in the end to slide in and see it out for a throw. Wasn't done any favours by that pass. Quinlan trying to drive through. They shift it wide. Misplaced pass there, straight out of play. Southeast need to sharpen up a little. Smith to O'Toole. Hayden Lyle. Combined there with Kelly. Kelly. Nice ball here. Played it through for Downwood. Threads a dangerous looking ball. The cutback's on here. It's in behind. And it's sticked. Oh, it's over the top from 2. Oh, narrowly over the top. It was a lovely move down the right-hand side. And Baxter, too, just couldn't keep it down. A big early chance goes begging for the Strikers. And a warning shot across the bows of the Southeast defence there. Quinlan up against O'Toole. Quinlan thought he won the throw. Referee disagreed. Stepping in was Wynn. Corner here for the Strikers. Swung in. The wind takes a hold of that and takes it in to the side netting. No threat, but the wind factor, the Olympico could be on. Something Kinghorn need to be watchful of. If anything hits centrally, he's probably just going to bend back out of play. Going to need to aim at the top of the box with those ones. So Kinghorn chips it up towards Sartori. Flicks on Quinlan. O'Toole defending nicely. Moresby on the line for Sartori. Lyle looking to just shield this out of play and does so expertly. Made a strong start to this game, has Taven Lyle. O'Toole and Short, there were plenty of red shirts there and they shut that down. Sartori for Quinlan. Again, O'Toole dispossessing. Sees it into touch. So Moresby with the throw in. Sends it into the area. He's looking for Quinlan, couldn't quite find him. Top of the box, knocked back by 2. And cleared away by Stazaka. Duffy forwards, but reading the play well with Stazaka again. Carries it forwards. So Strikers advance up the pitch here down the right-hand side. Now Scrimger tries to play it in. It's another good ball down the right. And it'll just be shielded out of play. Well defended at the back there. A couple of promising moves down the right-hand side from the Strikers early in this one, though. Long ball. It's the shoulder of Downward. Just letting it run out was Duffy. Referee calls to a halt because
substitution
been made here. So
coming off number 6 McLaurin and going on number 10 off Adams.
So Nicholas Rowland, I think, seems to be clutching at a hamstring or something of the sort over on the far touchline. He's been replaced here. Well, yeah, Brock Adams. So not ideal. Southeast United forced into an early sub here. And yeah, it looks like the hamstring has gone there for Nicholas Rowland. So not the way he would have hoped his cup final day would have gone. And it's over to his teammates now to determine if it's a happy day or not. Long ball over the top. Oh, making a hash of the clearance was Miley, but in coverage came Wynn and just bailed him out. Haberle, a bit of presence about him, Haberle. Tall figure leading the line for the Strikers. Certainly some size about Oliver Wynn. Marshalling him in defence though. Real rangy type. Ooh, again, just a missed kick there, this time from Duffy. Yeah, the wind wreaking a little bit of havoc. 2. That was shut down. Back into the middle for Downward, who goes back to O'Toole. Sartori closing in on him. And Smith down the line for Hayes. Back to Smith. Lyle. Kelly. The runs are made. And cutting that out was Jack Duffy. And winning the throw in too. Here's Hayes having a run here. Well marshalled by a pair of defenders though. Weaving one way, then the other was Downward, but just robbed of it by Matthias Collins. His ball just a little behind Quinlan, might halt the attack momentarily. Now Highland. He's got Sartori and Collins in the box. Highland looks to drive the byline and he wins A corner for each side and a chance to get some bodies forward for the set piece. So corner ball here for Southeast United. Difficult conditions for keepers. As this one swung in, nodded behind by Liam Kelly. They'll go again, but not a bad option. Just to go with the in-swingers, just try and get it on near the keeper's head. It's going to be very tough to judge in these conditions. Might just invite a little indecision. They'll go again. Bent in. Keeper comes and punches commandingly. Nicely done by Tho. Quinlan. He can't quite combine with Collins. And the strikers see off the threat. Oh, it's one of Devonport's finest. Bradley Cole just slides into the venue. Big day for those up on the coast, and plenty have made the trip down there. Throw flicked on by Quinlan towards Sartori. The striker set away. Tough battle developing early on here. Back heel from Hayes. Now wide for Smith. He punches one down the line there for Hayes. Couldn't get the better of Moresby though. And now Sartori tried to spring Quinlan, but O'Toole has been excellent early and he cut that out. It's Tazaka. Shipped over the top. Just held up though before it could reach Baxter 2. Scrapping away to Burley and he knocks it back, chipped in the direction of Hayes, has a couple to beat, but he has 2 in support, flicks it up for him. Well, it's in for Baxter 2! 1-0 Devonport Strikers! The flag stays down, the celebrations begin, and Baxter 2 has the Strikers a goal to the good. It was a delightful flick through to him. It still required some finishing, and the finesse came from Baxter. And Devonport draw first blood in the 21s Cup final.
Goal to Devonport Strikers.
Well, both teams have looked threatening early.
Is Baxter
Didn't
2.
seem like it was going to stay locked at 0-0 for long. And there it is. Some credit to Hayes for the delightful through ball he played. And a wonderful finish to boot. So the Strikers, a goal to the good. Ooh, Quinlan and Sartori trying to fire off the immediate response. Kelly. Lost it to Collins. Well, the first game didn't produce a whole lot of goal scoring chances, both goals coming from penalties, and there weren't a whole lot of openings in open play. This one looking a far more open affair. Southeast United, well, they've had plenty to encourage them early on. They've looked threatening in attack. They can certainly believe they're more than capable of getting goals to get back into this one. But Devonport, prime position here. Perfect start for them, and now they don't need to be overly expansive, especially considering they're against the wind. Sartori wouldn't sit for him. He's steered away. Collins into space for Highland. To back for Duffy. Sartori of the Jacob variety. Rolling it in, but plenty of numbers parked back there for the Strikers, and they shut that down. That'll be a free kick. Just a little clip there, right under the referee's nose. Not getting away with that one. Lyle takes it quickly. The Strikers wanting to keep the tempo going here, sensing perhaps a little momentum on their side. Southeast United on the back foot a little. This one's to the goal scorer, Baxter 2. Some room to manoeuvre down the left here of the Strikers. Plenty of wide open space. Southeast do a pretty good job shifting numbers across, but Hayes looks to combine with Smith. Broken up, or then coughed up a little too easily. Throwing himself to the deck was Hayes. The referee tells him to get up. They keep possession of the football though. Quinlan doing well. The Strikers keep possession, and now Downward looking to take off an amazing little run. He's surrounded by red shirts, and in the end, Jacob Sartori did the damage. No one rolling out a play to the southeast throat. And Kelly will want to release that ball quickly, or he'll find himself in the referee's notebook just in time. Morrisby throws it long, but he had no one there. Kelly away from Quinlan. And Quinlan Sartori working hard in attack for South East United there. Pressuring the Strikers centre halves, but not quite clicking. It's in a passing sense in the final third at the moment. Not quite getting those combinations going, but they're pressing hard and working tirelessly. O'Toole and Lyle have been a picture of composure at the back thus far, though, with the exception of one misplaced pass. Shouldn't really present too much threat. Here's Lachlan Hayes. Trying to spring something down the left again. Couldn't do so. Quinlan squares it up for Sartori. Highland bursting off to his right. Faked the pass to Adams, and he's come on as a substitute. Nicholas Rowland succumbed to a hamstring injury in the opening quarter of an hour. Chipped up towards the bullseye, flicked on. The Strikers recapture the football. Driving down the flank is Smith and cutting inside. Adams did well just to break it up. Here's Quinlan, but he'll turn and he's got three to boot, but he absolutely beats Lyle. All ends up, put him on the deck. But there are plenty of numbers back in coverage. Although a soft turn over there might invite some pressure. Highlands. Scrimjar tracking back. Well, you can see why the Raps are so big on Quinlan. That was exciting stuff from him as Southeast on the offensive once more. Squared back, pretty dangerous ball down there. Highland shot blocked away. Keeper comes, doesn't collect, hitting the neck of Sartori, and the referee blows in favour of the Strikers. There's a good tempo to this game early on. So a chance to pause for breath here of what's been a pretty breathless opening to this game. Real end-to-end flow. It's been the cleanest, but it's been an entertaining first 35. Both teams really looking to go at each other. None of this cup final caginess we so often see in these deciding games. And let's hope that continues. The Strikers looking to make some inroads down the left again here as gliding inside was Haberle. Ooh, almost fell there nicely for Scrimger. Out the back for Duffy. Just jumping up and intercepting. Can't recapture the football though. Proactive defending from O'Toole, got in ahead there. Won it back. Chipped down the line. Bit of a strike from distance there from Downward, but no real threat about that. The line's well wide of the mark. So about 10 minutes to go here in the first half of the statewide under-21s final. It's the Devonport Strikers holding sway. Baxter 2, the goal scorer, after he and Lockie Hayes combined to devastating effect. A lovely goal. That's a poor goal kick straight to Haberle. Couldn't really make the moment count as he hairs off after this. Might be able to track it down in time. He did. So well done there by Haberle. And just a little untidy at the back from Southeast. After the goal kick and then they're going for the ball. Strikers through Scrimger. Turns into the box, it's Scrimger. That's a good save from Kinghorn. Protecting his near stick, one you expect the keeper to make, but he did it nicely. He gets him moving quickly and just launches this on the wing. And Quinlan's out behind. It's Patrick Quinlan. Cuts back on the right. Glorious chance, Quinlan! Oh, great save, Toby Tho. Gets down and keeps him out. But Patrick Quinlan might feel he should have scored. He did all the hard work. He got him behind. He got onto that right foot, but he just couldn't quite find the far post. Well done, Toby Tho. A big save there. And keeps it at 1-0 in favour of his Devonport side. Smith. Long with a fairly aimless ball. South East players can raffle it and they drop it off to Sartori. And it just says back to Miley and he'll retreat further to Kinghorn. Long from the keeper again, and again it lands into the path of Quinlan. Well, these long balls direct to Quinlan are offering some significant threat here. It's such a tough day for anyone to judge the aerial balls. Centre-backs looking more comfortable when the ball's coming at their feet. Just not quite judging a couple of those long ones now. Quinlan is threatened as the strikers now try to send one over the top, but just hits that wall of wind and pulls up short. Scrimger will let it run out for the throw. The strikers knock it back centrally for Downwood. And wide for Smith. Lovely ball from Smith. Great tackle from Matthias Collins though. Slid in, won it back. Highland returns it to Collins. He's got Quinlan and Sartori ahead of him and he put it behind Quinlan who just made a run inside. He's not quite on the same page as his teammate there. Devonport now back the other way. Strong defending once more from Oliver Witt. And once again, receiving resounding approval from the grandstand. And loving the efforts of their chargers here today, trying to wheel South East over the line. But it's the strikers holding sway at the moment. Baxter 2 has them ahead. O'Toole flicked on by Hayes. Crafted the goal beautifully. Miley cross for Duffy. Can't get him behind. Here we go again. Ooh. Tough coming together there, right under the referee's nose. And a great view of it, and he blows for South East. So 5 minutes plus change left here in the first half. South East with the wind at their backs. Probably want to find a way to get themselves level here. Long ball in the Sartori direction, but just floated too far. And straight to Toby Tho. Burley winning it back, combining with Scrimger, and then they lose it. Matthias Collins outside of the boot looking for Quinlan, but his touch is straight back to a Devonport player, Lyle. He's Morocco's skipper. And strong at the back so far. Down the line. Scrimger, Kelly. Promising build up this. And again, one back. They're doing well recovering the ball, South East United. Can they get something going as they try to sprint? Sartori, and it's rolled through here. A chance perhaps for Sam Sartori. Into the box, driving to the byline. But again, Bradley O'Toole shut that down. A couple of times it's nearly broken there. A dangerous duo in attack for South East. Very high line here at the moment from South East. Trying to get through was Herberle, but he's going nowhere. Ball played in behind Quinlan and Lyle across. Downward. Haberle. Stepping in to win it back was Duffy. Chipped over the top from Haberle and the ball just flies backwards. Gonna go the error out. Need some fizz on the ball. And it's just going to hold up. Devonport doing well here. And they're on the attack through Kelly once more. It's Kelly driving. He's cross straight into the side netting. The wind continues to howl here at KG5 as Kinghorn sends them long. O'Toole rose to head clear. Smashed away. Haberle surrounded by red shirts. He's going nowhere there. Quinlan couldn't get past Kelly. Downward. Oh, that's a nice ball in behind. An opportunity here. A couple in the middle for the strikers. One of them is Kelly. It's Kelly into the box. It was a slightly heavy touch though. Oh, not dealt with. Baxter 2 again. He's already got one. Baxter 2. Sends it wide. Cross comes in and again just holds up on the wing. Stooped to head clear. 2. And the southeast defence holds firm. But Stazaka might just send one from this. Stazaka! Oh. Not sure he was going for the goal himself so much as just trying to leave a little rebound on the doorstep for someone, which nearly came to fruition. Ball over the top for Quinlan to chase, but O'Toole leads him back to it and sees it through to Tho. Smith. O'Toole. Now Lyle. Haberle. Stazaka inside, 2. The run comes from Hayes. It was just behind him once more. The flag was raised anyway. This attack will be called back. We'll see how many minutes of additional time there'll be in the first half. Can't think there'll be too many. It's been a pretty furiously paced game end to end. Not too many stoppages whatsoever. It's been a real stark contrast to the first final of this afternoon, which was a real polar opposite. Sartori miscontrolling slightly, 2. Sartori slides in. A little unnecessary, I think, given the position on the pitch there. Gives away the free kick. It's really a dangerous area, but wasn't dangerous challenge or anything of the sort. It was just the 1 minute of additional time is signified. The strikers on the free kick. They'll just take it short. As 2 was in acres of space here down the left. He charges into the box, Baxter 2, and it's put behind by Adams, but they were just caught out there southeast. No one was paying attention to 2 on the near touchline and nearly brought them undone again. Corner will be taken by Stazaka. It's a corner flag. You can see the wind almost blowing it out. Just causing a few problems here for Cody Stazaka as he tries to take his set piece. Keeps getting in his way. Eventually bends it in. Cleared, but not cleared. The box 2 was lurking dangerously again. Jeez, he's looking a real menace up there, Baxter 2. He's already got 1. He's threatening to find another. Devonport in the lead and attacking the more difficult end. They're certainly well situated in this cup final, but a 1 goal margin. Here's the game. Still very much in the balance. There's 2 unable to get in behind there. Scrimger with it coming together with Duffy. Neither taking a backward step there. Stazaka across to take the throw in. Is there time for 1 more chance before the half-time whistle? There is not. The whistle rings out to signify the end of the first 45 here in the statewide under-21s final. It's the Devonport Strikers, a goal to the good. Baxter 2 with the goal. Southeast have carried a threat about them, but certainly Devonport, given the very strong wind here, will be delighted with that half. They're well poised here. If they can keep going for another 45, the cup will be theirs. But plenty still for Southeast United to foster some belief. They've had some threatening moments of their own at the back. Toby Tho was drawn into a good save to deny Quinlan. But as it stands, it's the Strikers 1-0 ahead at half-time. They'll be back in about 10 minutes' time here. They're ready to deliver the second half here in the statewide 21s. At half-time, it's the Devonport Strikers 1, Southeast United 0.
Our next draw for the lucky prize from the gate. If you've got your tickets handy, get them out and have a look. Our winners are on a green ticket D13. Green ticket D13. If you've got that ticket, come downstairs. And our other number is black E23. Black E23. If you've got those tickets, come down and we've got a nice Matilda's package as a prize. You have a winner for the D13 ticket. Well done. Thank you.
When we talk to you, sure, I'll go down.
Far back row, I think. Just in the middle. Yeah, he is. He is. Mate, the seats next to the car.
Teams are back on the pitch for the commencement of the second half of the 21s Cup. Devonport leading 1-0 at the moment.
So we're back for the second half in the 21 Statewide Cup final. It's Devonport in the ascendancy. A goal to Baxter 2 has them ahead. Can they finish the job? Well, South East, buoyed on by a raucous supporter base here at KG5, be able to work their way back into the contest. They had a couple of chances, so there's plenty for them to be kicking on with. But the Strikers, well poised as the second half is underway. And the wind, such a big factor in the first half, will now be at Devonport's backs. There's a tough coming together there. It's Jordan Payne, so it looks like the Devonport Strikers have pulled the switch at half-time. Bit of hype around Jordan Payne. Had some injury troubles. But a player of immense talent and not really what you want when you've just been subbed on. A man who's been missing games injured, you get clattered in the head 30 seconds into half.
Number 18, Callum Haberley, and on number 19, Jordan Payne. So
the change made there of Caleb Haberley coming off for Geordie Payne. So will manage minutes, but certainly going to be a threat. I think that's the only change for the two sides during the half-time break. Of course, South East United made a change early in the match, and Roland was forced off with a hamstring injury. Brock Adams coming on to replace him. Strikers now going to get on the attack here, but that's a wild ball, wildly misplaced out of play. Flicked on by Sartori. Adams. And over the top, Quinlan will give chase. Strikers able just to knock it back to Toby Thote. Tough day for keepers this one, but Thote making a crucial stop in the lead into half-time to keep his side ahead. And as Quinlan burst in behind the defence. As this shot comes in, but harmlessly wide. Sartori. And South East United are going to go to the bench for the second time this afternoon. Ethan Griggs is going to be introduced. As forced off on the far side of the pitch was Jacob Moresby.
Substitution for South East United. Off number 15, Jacob Moresby, and on number 17, Ethan Griggs.
So can Griggs come on and make a difference? Clearly the favourite of the crowd, getting a warm reception there. Kelly. Knock it around the back. O'Toole was outstanding in that first half. Trying to build through the middle, but South East do a good job pressing up the pitch. Win it. Highland gets in, but taken away from him by Scrimmager. Here's Highland. Hasn't got a lot of support. Tried to use Duffy down the outside, and that one's thumped into touch. Duffy to send the throw in. Looking for Sartori, brings it down, squares it up. The shots just wide from Quinlan. That duo threatening again. They have looked dangerous up top this afternoon. There's some real quality about those two. So the goal kick. Launched long. Payne, the substitute, couldn't quite bring it under his spell. And whacked up towards Quinlan, but O'Toole rose over the top. Sartori coming through. Highland flipping it. A little dink ball, which Quinlan gives chase to. Applying the pressure. Quinlan used as a decoy on that occasion. Sartori, diving header was commanding from Taden Lyle. So the strikers trying to build out, but just missed Payne with the pass. Donning the cap here in the second half. And Kinghorn probably required. Payne, oh, he trod on the ball. He was absolutely in behind there, but just left it behind. Quinlan holding the ball up nicely and then turning away sharply. There's plenty to like about this fella. Quinlan sends it over the top, but he couldn't find Sartori with the ball. But just looks capable of breaking this game open. Payne does a good job holding up and bringing scrimmager in. Cross is directed in. Gathered comfortably by the keeper there by Sturzica. And just seen into touched. Sartori played it across the face. There was no one there. Just begging a runner into the box, but they keep a hold of the ball. Duffy now. Duffy dinking up. Dangerous looking ball headed down. Highland couldn't get it away. And the strikers scramble it clear. Hayes sends it across the face to Sturzica. Jinks inside and to send one over the top, and the sun got in the eyes of Miley, and that lets in the dangerous Hayes. Keep up Harris, Payne with a tap in, strikers with a 2-goal lead. All too easy for the substitute Jordan Payne. The keeper parried it right into his path, and the strikers double their advantage in the cup final. And after a promising start to this second half from South East United,
number 19,
the Devonport strikers go forwards, and from their first attack of the half they score. And Kinghorn, well, it was a good stop to an extent, but you've just got to push those rebounds away to the less central areas. You can't be parrying it back centrally. And there was Payne to profit. And Devonport firmly in control now. Can they get the immediate response? Sartori trying to combine with Quinlan, couldn't quite do so. Direct ball looking for Payne. Oh, almost able to take it away from Griggs. He's been thrust into the action and he's making his presence felt. Here's Jordan Payne. Quinlan trying to get something going. Slid across. There's perhaps an opportunity, but it was a heavy touch from Collins. And allowed the defender in. Just didn't quite have unless he was after that. South East United. Flick back. Blasted out of there by Downward. Here's Lockie Hayes. Oh, storming stuff from Hayes through the middle. Combining with two. Oh, that's a great challenge. Oh, no, it took a little too much of the man. And Collins goes into the book too. And I suppose whilst he did win the ball, he did go through the back of him, so fair enough from the official. And the issue South East United are going to face here is they try and rein in the 2-goal lead. The more they're going to have to throw bodies forward here, the more space is going to be left in behind these dangerous counter-attacks. Staszica over the dead ball. He bends it into the wall, behind for a corner. And we're in no rush to take this. We saw some truly elite time wasting in the under-17s final from the Clarence Zebras. Just real mastering of the dark arts type stuff from them. Never seen more minutes run off a clock and a half. Devonport follow suit. Driven in a low, dangerous ball, allowed to run, back stick! Oh, no one there to apply the finishing touch. Well, the skin of their teeth, they escape South East. Some good hold-up play there from Collins. Now it threatens to open up for Quinlan. Some bodies forward, played the first time ball. We'll get it back, Quinlan. Driving inside. Strikers blocking off the central area though, and Quinlan did well in the end. Thought his way through it. Got it across to Duffy. Sliding challenge. Takes it away from him though. And Tommy Highland working back in. Wins the ball. And the rangy figure, Jordan Payne, nods it down for Lachlan Hayes. Payne looking to run at the defence. Deflects into the path of scrimmager. Back for Payne. Hayes. Kelly. Staszica. Now Baxter too. What about the back heel? And rolls a clever little ball through, but the flag is raised on Staszica, who's certainly bobbing up in some advanced positions here in the second half. Here's the fullback, rampaging forward down this right-hand flank. Two. Dangerous ball for scrimmager. He puts it in for Payne. Almost, and then Hayes at the back stick. Danger not yet past. Kelly. They'll just take it away there. Suddenly playing with some real confidence and swagger of the strikers. Hayes. Oh, beautiful from Hayes. And tried to square it up for Payne. Payne on the turn! Just wide of the mark. Took a little deflection behind. And another corner it goes, and the strikers really starting to get on top here. South East burst out of the blocks in the second half, but that second goal really put some wind in the strikers' sail. And you get the sense they're looking to kill this game off here with a third goal. Asking plenty of questions. Jordan Payne has been a real handful since coming on at half-time. Might be a target from this corner. Floats over his head. Payne. Shields it across to Smith. Floats one in. Attempted bicycle from Hayes. Didn't connect. Now long over the top for Quinlan. O'Toole across to deal with it. And eventually does so. And looks to take it away. But Quinlan got a foot in. Won it back. Chipped over the top for him. Flicked on, but just dies in the wind again. Blasted clear by Staszica. One set out a bit too far ahead of Adams. He's running out of real estate behind for a goal kick. Quarter of an hour gone just about in the second half here at KG5. Second of today's triple header. Clarence Zebras downing Launceston United 2-0 in the first final. That's the score here, and of course Devonport Strikers and South Hobart will meet in the Lacka Seljuk Cup final. Coming up at 5 p.m. Into the bullseye, over the head of two, nodded down by Sartori. Ooh, and just a little in the back there, perhaps, from Collins. And downward, it's to Zika of the throw. Zuffy to win. United needing 2 goals here to get back into it. That won't do it. Straight to downward. Now they're going to have some defending to do here as Baxter 2 comes across to deal with it. Win. Did it well. And then just puts it into touch. Throw. Not a good one, trying to find Kelly. Pushed it back a little easily. Sartori towards Quinlan. Some great acceleration, but well, Toby Tho, a bit of a miscue there, but no harm done. A nice smile from the strikers bench. Tell you what, they wouldn't have been smiles if the ball had rolled another direction. Shooting the ball, the scrimmager. Griggs curls one towards Quinlan. Lyle across to deal with it, the striker skipper. Quinlan, can he keep this in? He does. And forces Lyle to put it behind for a corner. So good work right there from Quinlan. He has run his socks off today, leading the line for South East. Trying to work his side back into the contest. And they're up against it now, with the Strikers doubling their advantage in the second half. Jordan Payne joining Baxter 2 on the score sheet. Collins will deliver. Plenty of bodies forward for United, as they simply must. It's a good ball, and it's headed wide from Quinlan. He puts his hands to his head. He met it with firm contact, but just lacked direction. O'Toole. Kelly. Robbed of it. Sartori. Outside of the boot from Sartori. The whistle had already gone. Sartori for the spectacular finish. Lyle sends it up. The wind's getting stronger and stronger here, making life very tough for the players out there. Highland, a little bit of a miscue there. Then just tries to rip the shirt of Baxter 2, who did well to keep soldiering on. That might be a slice of cheese, I suspect, for Thomas Highland. Into the book he goes. So Stazika take the set piece. Still getting plenty of bodies forward for these set pieces, the Strikers. They've got 6 bodies to pick out in the box. Scrimmager. His shot at conviction, but still almost caused some problems. Stazika sends it across. O'Toole steps in. This is a little untidy. Sartori and Kelly, they negotiated well though, Devonport. Kelly back on it. Took it past Sartori. Kelly sliding it through, trying to spring Scrimmager. Can he track this one down in time? He can't. The flag is raised. As the Strikers are ready, another substitution. Highland, through his legs. Works out all right, makes it work. Can he win the foot race? So he did really well to get the pass inboard there to Sartori. They couldn't take advantage of it though. It was well broken up by Kelly. Payne on it back for downward, but United skipping forwards here. Scythe down there by downward, and that will definitely be a slice of cheese, as he was rather crudely sent to the deck. So, can they find something from this set piece? Kelby Miley over the dead ball then. Stands it up. Teasing ball. Griggs. Slid in. Quinlan! Just got underneath it. It sat nicely for him, but there were so many bodies in the way. And in the end, it was a rather rash hack at the football. Just going for a bit too much power, though. Given the wind factor, you're going to have to absolutely blast it to score from that kind of distance. So 21 minutes have ticked by in the second half. It's Devonport 2 goals to the good. The cup final in their pocket as it stands. United needing some late magic. Well, the Strikers claim the second piece of silverware on offer for the afternoon. They're looking the goods at the moment. Not the longest goal kick you'll ever see. Nodded down by Collins. Lyle steers it clear. Payne. She runs it out. And the Strikers will bring on Ben Tho. And he will replace Scrimmager.
For Devonport. Coming off, number 20, Josh Scrimmager. Going on, number 7, Ben Tho.
Taken away from Quinlan. Lockie Hayes, fantastic this afternoon. Set up both the goals, and he might be in again here, Lockie Hayes. Oh, the flag's raised on him as he strode in and just put it into the post. The flag momentarily up. Sorry, couldn't make that work, and Smith trying to spring Payne. Best pass though. 2 battling away with Adams. Adams getting the free kick there, and Devonport take it away. Oh, spills out the back. Here's an opportunity. The substitute could make an impact immediately. But shutting it down was Kinghorn. Was the lunging challenge there. Leaves 2 on the deck. 2 players both sliding in. I think they both really tried to pull out at the last second. It was an awkward one. But Ben Tho, within a whisker of making his first touch, a very impactful one indeed. And Felix Kinghorn, with an important block, had to come flying off his line. Smashed away by O'Toole. Impressive at the back today, as O'Toole. High ball. Adams. Combining with Satsori. Quinlan scrapping away with Kelly. Back heel from Satsori. And straight to 2. And kills one for Payne. Back to 2. Sends it over the top. Though trying to make something happen. So I'm not sure the wind is quite as advantageous as it was in the first half. And good news for South East United. It seems more of a going across the ground than anything at present. Here's Hayes. Chips it in, looking for Tho, but away by Griggs. Not decisively, but they had plenty of numbers back there. Blasted long for Quinlan. He's got the two centre-backs for company. O'Toole just goes for safety first. With a 2-0 lead, why not? United pull one back and give themselves a belief heading into the final 20. 2-0 looking like a mountain to climb at the moment. Sent over the top, Payne. It's going to be a foot race between he and the keeper. But, well, the wind did pick up on that one and just carried it out the back to Kinghorn, sorry. Who thumps that, and that's why I think the wind has switched. You would not have done that in the first half. That has travelled quite a distance. There's South East trying to get in down the right here through Adams, couldn't do so. Nicely defended there. Doing it well was Smith. And Hayes chips it over the top. So, in terms of the wind advantage for the most amount of minutes in this game, South East faring pretty well from it. Devonport certainly up against it, but it hasn't prevented them from taking a 2-0 lead, putting themselves in prime position to walk away with the silverware. Squaring ball, chested down by Griggs into the path of Tho. Griggs then just gets rid of him. 2. Skips 3. Scored the opening goal, did Baxter 2. Liam Kelly. Duffy. Highland back to Duffy. They're a trick back to win. They go backwards to go forwards. And now into the middle for Collins. Collins to Duffy. Sends it wide for Highland. They're building nicely. Can they find something in the final 30? Highland's going to have a run. He's going to take them on here. And he skips past 2. He's got 3 in the middle. Highland storming into the box here. Squared it up. But just couldn't get the purchase on the cross. Oh, poor clearance. And Collins skies his effort over the top. And the chances coming begging here by South East. You fancy you want to need to take one of them. It'll be back to the bench for South East United. Evan Arnold's going to be introduced, and the strikers are going to pull a double substitution. So a few changes set to go here. They'll be forced to wait until they make them. And the next stoppage is Tho. Sends this one towards the middle of the ground. Shouts for handball, not heeded. Quinlan and O'Toole. O'Toole wins it and then wins the second one as well. And a striker down, and that will allow the substitution to take place. And Evan Arnold will come on. South East United. Looks like he might come on for Thomas Highland.
Substitution for South East United. Coming off number 2, Tom Highland. Going on number 18, Evan Arnold.
Looks like Geordie Sheen will be one of the strikers players going on here. I think Alex Armstrong, the other one. We'll see who they replace. As the wind picks up again. I feel like the roof of the grandstand's about to get blown off here. It is howling. Pretty diabolical conditions for a football game, and you can see garbage coming across the pitch now. It's going to be Tayden Lyle replaced by Geordie Sheen.
Coming off is number 15.
And Alex Armstrong replaces Lachlan Hayes, who sub 15 minutes from time would have been firmly in the thinking for best on ground. We'll see if that impacts things. The man with 2 assists might have done enough to sew that up regardless.
Coming off also is number 12, Tayden Hall, and going on is number 24, Geordie Sheen.
So Tristan Downward replaced, not Lyle. Apologies for that one. The stoppage board just with a bit of a mix-up of the numbers there threw me. I think it would be a curious decision to take your captain and centre-back off. A bit of a miscommunication with the numbers down there on the near touchline with the fourth officials board, which only comes out on this day. The rarely seen fourth officials board, you know it's a big occasion when that comes out. That and the ball plinth at Darcy Street are your 2 big signs of a big occasion. So Till sends them forward. Here's Lyle. Quite fine too, broken up by Griggs. And the ball's just played in behind Sartori. Spread wide by his brother, but couldn't quite direct it. So, time starting to become an enemy. Well, South East United, they've got just under a quarter of an hour to get themselves back into it, but it is looking very much like Devonport's day. Unless there's a late stick in the tail, Kelly. Just controlling the ball at the back here. Stazica. Lyle. 2. Oh, as he's pocket picked, this is promising. Matthias Collins charging forward. It's Collins storming into the heart of the defence. Spilt wide, danger not yet passed. Plenty of bodies up in this attack. But just running down the blind corner was Adams, and he has the ball taken away from him. Payne threatening back the other direction. A promising moment petering out there for South East. Oh, Griggs gets himself in trouble. Payne, oh, picks his pocket again, Payne. And this time he's off to the races. Can he get him behind again? It's Payne, he goes down! And the referee says, get up! Not having a bar of it. As he threw himself to the deck. To be fair, there weren't so many appeals. More out of desperation than anything, I think. The referee not having it. Here he is again, Payne. 2, cuts it back. This would surely seal it. Shot blocked. Despairing defence saves the day for South East. As we head towards the final 10 minutes, they have not got long left here. And it's looking like Devonport could add a third maybe and really kill the contest. Charged down by Payne, who's made a nuisance of himself since coming on. He's offered plenty of threat. Well, I'm informed, would have played some NPL football this year if he hadn't been injured. He's a youngster they hold in very high regard up at the Portress. And he's given a demonstration of why here since coming on in the second half. Though. Stazica. 2, couldn't take it away. South East now trying to get Quinlan in behind, but just couldn't spring him. Stazica again. Though out after it, but too much on that. And through to the keeper, who just sends it high into the sky. Kinghorn. A great ball there from Arnold's, but he'll win the ball back. It's into space, and just working hard there. It was Duffy to come around the outside, and gets a corner too, which gets the crowd back involved. Matthias Collins to take. He's got plenty of bodies in there. Off the head of Quinlan again. He's getting to them, just a bit too high for him on that occasion. Now it's a 2v2 here developing at the back. A promising breakaway for the Strikers. Well defended though by Sartori. Held firm. Two. Weaving through the middle. Shifts it to Payne. Payne, powerful figure, and a little nutmeg there. It was delightful. Screaming for it is two. That's where they head. Stazika makes the overlapping run. He rolls it forwards for him. He's got a couple in the box to pick out. Picked out the keeper, fumbled it to Payne, and Payne surely seals the cup final. An absolute gift. Felix Kinghorn hangs his heads. There's a bit of a howler, and Payne accepts the gift. He's come off the bench and scored two. And he'll scarcely get two easier goals all year, I'd have thought. But get into the positions, good things happen.
Goal scorer for
a muted celebration, I think.
Jordan Payne.
But they know they're home now. 3-0 to the Strikers. And they're going to win the 21s Cup final here. Well, always a tough day for keepers, but that one, a real backbreaker. I'm not convinced United had two goals in them regardless. So, keeper probably need to beat himself up too much over that one. He'll be a forlorn figure there. It's a lonely place to goals when you've let in an error like that, but Devonport already two to the good. I'm not sure it would have changed the trajectory a whole lot. Quinlan is still fighting hard. Turning is Arnold. Back to Sartori. Sartori. Aimless ball. Behind it goes. So 8 minutes left in regulation. And the 3-0 scoreline, I don't think we're going to be over it. I don't think we're going to have too much extra time, put it that way. So the Devonport Strikers are going to claim this under-21s trophy. They'll be hoping it's the first of two. Another cup final to contest after this in South Hobart. They don't want to make this a huge day for the club, but they've got one locked away here, barring the most unlikely the final 7 minutes. It'd be one hell of a story if United were to get up from here, as that throw is going to be a foul throw. It looked a little suspect and then hit the wind. And in the end, United will get it back. Stepping in was Kelly and Solitaire. Bustling away. Back out to Stazika, who sends it right down the hay diddle. Miley taking it clear. Couldn't find Sartori. Two scored the opening goal. One charged down though by Griggs, but then seated a little softly, and a chance for the hat-trick perhaps coming up here for Payne. Rounds the keeper for the treble. It's Payne. And it's not his best effort in the end. Covered on the line nicely. Miley getting back. Perhaps caught in two minds there. It was Payne between a cross and a shot. So he nearly came off the bench for a hat-trick. Chipped on over the top, nodded back centrally. Smashed out of there by Smith. Griggs. Chipped over the top. And Toole just prods it back to the keeper. Uses the pecs there. And pouncing on it was Tho. Down by Duffy. Sartori taken away from him though. A throw and then cleared forward. And Collins find a consolation goal here for United. That love something to give their fans who've offered such tremendous vocal support all afternoon here. Give them something to celebrate at the end. But it'll be the Strikers fans celebrating the result, and they are looking for a fourth here. The shot comes in, oh, just wide of the mark. Kelly not far away, just trying to bend that one in. So the keeper watched it curl past the post. Lyle, throw. We'll make inroads here again, Lyle. Quinlan, he's just several of those almost moments today. He's been thereabouts, he's put himself about, but hasn't quite been able to have that finish. A header from a corner, and had a great chance in the first half. Couldn't get it past though. They shut it down at the near post. And unfortunately, been that sort of a day for him. He's got the ball again here. Quinlan can't volley it wide. The skipper lofting it forwards now, Matthias Collins. Collins steered away once more by Bradley O'Toole. He's acquitted himself beautifully at the back today. Chip back in, Sartori. Can they pull one back here? Sartori turns onto the right. It was shut down again. O'Toole and Lyle have been rocks back there, but still perhaps an opening. They're scrapping and fighting and trying hard here, but it just won't sit. And they whisk it away once more to Devonport. Griggs couldn't control. Skipping through Sartori, but then Kelly wins it back for Devonport. Kelly just showed a bit too much of it though. Collins spreads it wide. This comes in from Miley. Deflects out for a throw in. Just a few minutes left in regulation time now. We're not too far away. Confirmation of the Strikers' victory. Collins. Charging into the boxes, Collins. And then swinging it in. Well headed away in the end by Stazigger. Almost! Evan Arnold. There was a glorious opportunity for Arnold, but he couldn't keep it down. And that has summed up South East United in front of goal this afternoon. So one final change being readied by Devonport. Chaz Wilson is going to come on here and get some minutes in the cup final, having made the long journey down. We've got a few token minutes at the end here. Payne, he's been beastly in that centre forward role in the second half. There's a lot to like about this man. And a player with a future of considerable promise. And he gets it back here. Could he find a third? He scored two. Don't have him in the best on ground conversation. He's only played a half, and you feel they're both tap-ins. My scorers tend to fare well. We'll wait and see. So, Chaz Wilson comes on.
Going on is number 6, Chaz Wilson.
Ryan Smith
coming off
will be the one making way.
Is Ryan Smith, number 17.
Long flowing ginger locks of Chaz Wilson. Not long left now, 3-0 in. South East pull back a consolation marker. Quinlan has come as close as anyone for them. Oh, again, he has fantastic today with those dribbling skills. United pushing hard for a consolation goal. It's Adams, but he's forced wide. And in the end, it rolls out of play. And the attack peters out as time ticks towards expiration. Two. Charge down. Scored the opening goal. Baxter 2. It was a delightful finish. Sent them on their way. Sartori trying to cut through, but Kelly shutting that down.
We have 5 minutes of extra time. 5 minutes.
5 minutes of additional time. Not entirely sure where they've been plucked from, but we'll play on. Time left perhaps for a consolation goal for United. Devonport, Payne on hat-trick alert, probably the watch there. Kelly's been really good. That midfield role today, swung in but claimed by Toby Tho. And he does, I think, keep his love for them, just lie on the ball, eat up a few seconds. Swings this one high into the sky. Miley. Shut down again by Alex Armstrong this time. Payne. Lovely ball through for Armstrong. Armstrong with a couple to boot. A great challenge from Sartori. And the South East fans, well, I know their side aren't winning, but they're still enthusiastically getting behind every tackle, everything their side do. And give credit to the support they've brought here today. Contributed to a good atmosphere. It won't be their day, but a club on the rise, South East United. I don't think too many would have picked them to be making this statewide cup final. It's been a wonderful run to get here, and this under-21s team, I think we've seen plenty of players out there we're going to get quite familiar with in the coming years in Tasmanian football. There's some real talent out there. Quinlan in particular in attack has been delightful to watch when he's dribbling today. He's Griggs. And no one in advanced positions for him to pass it to, though. And strikers will just knock it round the back, knowing their job is so nearly done, and the celebrations can just about begin, although a little bit of flair from Tho draws the foul, and probably a slice of cheese too for Jack Duffy here. As we're nearly at the finish line. Here's the man on a hat-trick. Squared it up. Good shot block in the end from Miley. Did well to just get in the lane there and stop what would have been a tap-in. Body on the line, preventing that fourth. The substitute, Armstrong now, tears off towards goal. He's got Payne in the middle. He goes looking for him. Payne! Oh, he's got the hat-trick! Off the bench, onto the score sheet 3 times. Talk about making an impact. My Northwest Coast informant was bang on the money with his mail about this young man coming on. Said, watch out for him. Only injuries have stopped him playing senior football. He's come off the bench, scored a hat-trick.
A hat-trick to Jordan
Made it
Payne.
4-0.
3 goals.
So 4-0 and an emphatic scoreline this now. Jordan Payne has been, well, let's say, almost dueling Haaland-like here in the half. He's just got into positions that not anything too difficult about the goals. He's just bobbed up. Big tall figure, hasn't had a heap of touches, but geez, he's had 3 pretty decisive ones. And South East try and pull one back. With Tho up there. So Jordan Payne, we thought with a hat-trick you'd have to give him the best on ground. I don't think there'd be too many best on grounds. They've only played 45 minutes in cup finals before, but the hat-trick speaks for itself. This one steered away by Chaz Wilson. The celebrations can almost begin. 4-0. A pretty emphatic victory this is going to be for Devonport. They've been the worthy victors, no doubt, but scoreboard a little harsh on South East United. They've offered a bit, but ultimately just that little bit of class has brought them undone. Here's Duffy. And they get a consolation goal. Duffy squares it up. And bending it goalward was Arnold, but though claiming it. And that might just be that. There it is, 4-0 to the Devonport Strikers. They claim the statewide under-21s Cup. A commanding performance from the boys from the Fortress. It was 1-0 at half-time, the game in the balance. And a half-time substitution from the coach saw them bring on Jordan Payne, who promptly went bang, 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 scored a second-half hat-trick and sealed a dominant victory for the Strikers. The first of what I'm sure they'll be hoping will be multiple on this big day. The senior side will follow, but the youngsters have got their job done in the first of their cup finals. They claim the statewide 21s with an emphatic 4-0 victory over South East United. It was a strong performance. I thought they were strong at the back all day. Lyle and O'Toole really led them well there. I'll continue the post-game analysis in just one moment. So, a fantastic performance. Emphatic stuff in the second half from the Strikers. Sturzica offered them plenty, charging down the right hand flank all day. He was full of energy. Taylor Lyle and O'Toole rocks at the back, and then when you bring on Jordan Payne and he scores a second half hat-trick, well, credit the manager for that, but credit Jordan Payne as well, who certainly left his mark. He only needed 45 minutes to do it. Brilliant stuff. Probably would have had Lockie Hayes as my man of the match before that late turn from Payne. He set up the first two. He was fantastic. I reckon he's probably just been pipped there at the death by the striker coming on and scoring a treble. And boy, will that be one to remember when you score a second half hat-trick in a cup final. That'll live in the memory. And I don't think that's the last we'll be seeing of Jordan Payne. Be surprised if we're not seeing him in the MPL side in the back half of the season for the Strikers. He's got the build to play senior football, and he's clearly got the goals too. Magnificent performance from him, magnificent performance from the Strikers. Liam Kelly also I thought was really good in central midfield. Controlled things, broke the play up nicely. For South East, it was an almost kind of an afternoon. They had flashes, they fought hard. I thought Quinlan looked like he was capable of bagging a goal. He was well denied by Tho in the first half. Maybe if he took that chance, things turned out differently, but they just didn't quite have the composure in the final third. And at the end of the day, the Strikers worthy winners in this cup final. They win this one 4-0. The Clarence Zebras defeating Launceston United 2-0 in the 17s earlier in the afternoon, in the morning that was rather. And of course, still to come, the big dance, the Laka Seljuk Cup final. The Devonport Strikers will take on South Hobart. And Andrew calling the action here in the 21s. I think we're just about in readiness for the post-game presentation. So we'll throw you down pitch side for that one. We'll be back with the Laka Seljuk Cup final from 5 p.m.
Alison, I'm going to get you to slide in with me, and I'll just welcome you. And then as we do the presentation,
Okay, so what the winning team will give you that.
and we'll just shake hands with them and you can
Okay, so do you want
That'd be a good touch. That'd be great. Can we just bring the speaker on? Cool. Yeah. Okay, firstly, let's put our hands together for both teams, South East United and Devonport Strikers. Congrats on a exciting game from both teams. Well done to both teams. Congratulations. For those that don't know me, my name's Greg Calvert. I'm the General Manager of Football Operations. Joining me for the presentation today is our Clarence City Council Deputy Mayor, Alison Ritchie. Welcome Alison to the ground today, please, everyone. Firstly, can I ask you to acknowledge and thank our match officials. I'm going to invite them to come forward and receive a medal. That being Josh Berry, Luca Pitt, Josh Clement, and our fourth official, Nathan Hill. Thanks, Alison. And we'll slide back in. So, unfortunately, at the end of any game in a big final, there is a losing team, but I'm going to invite our captain, Patrick Quinlan, to come forward and say a few words for South East. Thanks, Patrick.
Firstly, I'd just like to say congratulations, guys. He was way too good for us today. Played the ball beautifully, played beautiful football. It's just, we had no chance. So I'd also like to thank my boys over here. Thanks for trying your guts out today. It really means a lot to me to see you guys fight so hard for the badge. I'd like to thank all the supporters that came and saw us today. It means so much to us, and we couldn't do it without you. Thank you.
Thanks, Patrick. Next, we're going to award our player of the match, and I'll invite Alison to present the trophy to our winner. And no surprise, the winner of the player of the match is Jordan Payne. So next, can I invite the winning captain, Taden Lyle, to come forward and receive his medal.
Again, I'd like to thank, like Patrick did, you guys. You did play well, even though you might not think it. You guys were well, and it was a hard challenge, so awesome work, guys. Your fans were amazing. They were very energy up, so well done to you guys. Can tell you're a passionate club and you guys are going to go a long way. To our fans, thank you so much for travelling down. Absolute honour, thank you to play for this club. And to the boys and Cameron and Rick and Andrew, good job, lads, well done. Thank you.
So, Taden, can you just invite each of your players and then your coach and support staff to come forward and receive their medals from Alison, please?
Lachlan Hayes. Josh Scrimshaw. Caleb Hadley. Alex Armstrong. Tristan Downwood. Toby Thog. Ben Thog. Smitty. Baxter 2. Shagsy. Chaz Wilson. Cody Stirs. Bradley O'Toole. Cameron Hazelwood. Andrew Lincoln. We just got one more. Yeah. And Rick O'Toole. And Liam Kelly. And Jordan Payne.
If you'd like to stay there at the last public settings, stay with me though, please. Tayden, come back for the final part. Can we all congratulate, please, our 2023 McDonald's Under-21 Cup Final winners, Devonport Strikers. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Kickoff for our final game of the day, which will be the Lackaselden Cup final between South Hobart Football Club and Devonport Strikers, will be at 5 p.m. Thank you, everybody.